So this design is the crown, and I love doing a crown. This one's just simple, but you can literally do a crown so many different ways, especially if you just get the base down. So you could do it like blues and whites and put a snowflake and have a flower, or sorry, a snowflake crown, like a nice crown. You could do like pinks and put a flower and do a flower crown. You could turn it into a Valentine's crown and do like pink and white and do a heart in the middle. You can always change the way your teardrops and your dots and your accents and stuff are. Like I love doing the crowns. The next one I'm gonna do a different color, just to switch it up a bit. But this one was kind of a cool one, but I'm gonna do like a fun tropical kind of crown. The brush that I use is not a Squishy Doodle because they do not have a 3/4 inch brush at this time, so I always go back to my Hokey Pokey ones, which the Hokey Pokey set was great when I was starting out. So I like to use a flat brush versus an angle versus the angle brush, because if I want to flip the way my pattern is with the crown, you can't really do that the same way with an angle brush. You'd have to wash your brush and then reload it the other way. But this one I can be like boop, 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 and then it's orange on top, and then all of a sudden the orange is on the bottom. If that makes sense, I'll show you. So yeah, I always use a flat brush when I do crowns for that reason. So let's do it. Map out where I want it to be. I know I want it in the middle. In the middle. So I don't mess up. I just like to give myself a guide. And then I just kind of push down and bring it like that. And I straight, and then I push down and bring it like that. Okay. And then I do one kind of like I don't even know how to explain that. One of those. Like that. And then I do a second one. Whoop. Second one. And this is where I actually go in and flip my brush. So instead of I had the orange there on the top, I'm going to put the orange on the bottom. I just like the variation that it adds to kind of just change the way it looks, you know? So there we go. There's a base of the crown. That's it. It's that easy. And from there on, I just pick a color that I want to go with, and I start decorating with my tiny brush. Squishy Doodles. Doodle number 4. Probably one of my most used brushes for teardrops. I find it really helpful too if you have a go-to selection of like a teardrop cluster that would look good in any design. And once you have like a good teardrop cluster kind of like mastered, like, oh, these 5 teardrops in this order look really great together, you can pop that on any design. So you could pop that on your crown, you can pop that on your unicorns, mermaids, anything. Okay, so this one I'm just gonna outline the top. Outline the top, and I'm gonna outline these swoops. And then this one I'm just gonna like teardrops up to the eye kind of focal point there. Do 4 on each side and just try to get them even. Brush running out of paint. And I'll probably do some teardrops in here too. So I like to do a 5 cluster in this one. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do some dots down the nose if you want it to be fancy that way. Sometimes I like that teardrop that's kind of like this around the eye, where I do a teardrop and then I swoop under it. Sometimes I also like, say this one, I didn't do it, but make it like a little curly. You can always go back over, change your mind, little curly. Maybe we want to add a couple dots in here. And maybe there's some other in here. So like really you could go and use any colors to make this look different. Like I mean for outlining, even the base, like I wonder what this would look like with it if it was gold, you know, maybe you could get like that real crown look. But I think once you get that basic shape down on the bottom, and even you could switch it to a different shape, but having a base shape in mind with your split cakes, and then just adding your knowledge of teardrops on top, boom, you have a crown. It's that easy. And I was always kind of scared of a crown until I learned that base shape on the bottom, and now it's really fun and easy to flow with. You can kind of go with the kid's style or their kid's face, or just kind of like whatever vibe they are. So that is the crown. Very easy crown to do. Crown design, very effective, very simple.